Welcome. Today, we're diving into India's new drug regulatory law. I'm Dr. S.K. Singh, and together we'll explore what's changing, why it matters, and how it will impact the pharmaceutical landscape. Let's get started. We're taking a fresh look at India's drug laws that were written back in 1940. Since then, the pharmaceutical world has changed beyond recognition. Today, we're dealing with complex drugs, biotechnology, cutting-edge clinical trials, and digital systems that didn't exist before. From medical devices to global supply chains, everything evolved. So the goal here is clear: move from an old framework to one that understands modern science and technology, and that offers stronger oversight to keep products safe and effective. The biggest change on the horizon is a new, integrated legislative framework. The Drugs, Medical Devices and Cosmetics Bill, proposed for 2026. This isn't just a tweak. It's a major restructuring of India's regulatory landscape, aiming for a more modern, consolidated approach. Right now, we have multiple rules and acts dating back decades, each covering different areas. The new bill promises to bring all of these under one roof, covering everything from drugs and clinical trials to medical devices and cosmetics, including manufacture, import, sale, quality, and enforcement. But remember, a draft bill is just the start. The final law and its details will shape what we actually need to do. Regulatory compliance in pharmaceuticals is shifting. It can't just live in one department anymore. It needs to be woven into every stage of the product life cycle. From development to approval, manufacturing to market monitoring, and beyond, the focus is becoming more connected and continuous. We're seeing new regulatory updates and digital processes shaping this change. For manufacturers, that means a sharper focus on product approval, quality systems, safety monitoring, and more. Integration across R&D, regulatory affairs, production, and quality teams will be key to keeping up. When it comes to new drugs, regulatory scrutiny is only getting tougher. Innovation has to be backed by solid evidence. That's non-negotiable. In India, new drugs must follow strict rules, like those set out in the 2019 New Drugs and Clinical Trials Framework. Key areas like safety, quality, efficacy, and clinical evidence remain critical. Looking ahead to 2026, regulators want to make sure drugs not approved elsewhere still face a thorough review here. For companies, that means sharpening everything from regulatory strategy to risk assessment and ongoing monitoring. Faster approval can't come at the cost of scientific rigor. When it comes to clinical trials, the focus is sharper than ever on science, ethics, and protecting the people who participate. Clinical development has to prove it's not just scientifically sound, but ethically controlled too. That means safety, informed consent, and oversight from ethics committees are non-negotiable. We also need strict protocol compliance, reliable data, and readiness for inspections. The key principle here: innovation and speed, balanced with ethics and patient protection. To get there, companies must strengthen quality management, oversee investigators and sites closely, ensure data integrity, qualify vendors, monitor risks, manage safety, and be ready for inspections at all times. When it comes to GMP and manufacturing, having a license is just the starting point. The real challenge is keeping the system under control at every step. For pharmaceutical makers and API producers, regulators expect solid proof that processes are not only compliant but consistently managed. That means focusing on critical areas like quality systems, risk management, validation, data integrity, and supplier oversight. It's about more than paperwork. It's documented systems, effective action, clear evidence, and ongoing improvement. India's regulatory landscape is evolving too, with new updates set for 2026 that reflect this modern mindset. We're moving into a world where regulation is becoming more digital every day. This means managing and reviewing data isn't just about compliance, it's about accountability. The ALCOA Plus principles guide us here. Data must be attributable, legible, contemporaneous, original, and accurate. But it doesn't stop there. It also needs to be complete, consistent, enduring, and available. Regulatory bodies like CDSCO are expanding digital tools, from electronic submissions to audit trails. For companies, strong data governance is critical, knowing who created or changed data, why, and ensuring everything is traceable and retrievable. We're looking at how stronger enforcement and product accountability are crucial for patient safety. When companies don't comply, it's not just a legal issue. It can directly impact the quality and safety of products people rely on. A modern regulatory framework aims to tighten oversight and make enforcement more effective. Key areas to watch include unapproved drugs, falsified products, and data integrity failures. For example, in August 2026, regulatory action was taken against unapproved enclomiphene products, showing the system is actively responding to risks. So, what should pharma and API companies be doing right now? The key is preparation, getting ready before the new law officially arrives. We've outlined a 10-point readiness strategy to guide this process. Start by closely monitoring the final legislation. Don't just rely on draft summaries. Then, conduct a regulatory gap assessment to spot where current practices fall short. Strengthen your GMP systems, improve data integrity, and review product approvals carefully. Focus on change control, upgrade training, and maintain inspection readiness at all times. Don't forget pharmacovigilance, and finally, establish strong regulatory intelligence to stay ahead of official updates. This is how we stay proactive. India is on the brink of a major shift in how it regulates pharmaceuticals, a change that could reshape the entire system for decades to come. The new law aims to bring stronger scientific oversight and modernized rules, focusing more on protecting patients throughout a product's life cycle. We're moving from fragmented, paper-heavy processes to digital, risk-based governance. Instead of just reacting to problems, the focus will be on prevention and continuous control. This is about accountability across the whole enterprise, not just individual departments. Siphacos is all about building regulatory awareness, strengthening GMP compliance, and supporting pharmaceutical excellence. Today, we're focusing on India's proposed new drug regulatory law. What do you think will be the biggest change impacting Indian pharma? We'd love to hear your thoughts. If you found this valuable, like the video, share it with your colleagues in pharma, and don't forget to follow and subscribe to the Siphacos channel for more insights. That brings us to the end. For any further support or questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you for your time and attention. It's been a pleasure sharing this with you.